Good evening to you and a happy new year from everyone here on Scotsport SPL. It's just a wee bit late tonight, but hopefully plenty for you to enjoy from 6 games played over the holiday weekend, including 2 from this afternoon at Motherwell and Inverness.
We'll also be bringing you all the drama from the Edinburgh Derby and what turned out to be another fascinating match at Tannadice between Dundee United and Rangers. Archie takes a well-earned break tonight, but Fraser Wishart and Aberdeen boss Jimmy Calderwood with us in our executive lounge.
Celtic took on Livingston yesterday, and we'll also have Saturday action from Dunfermline against Dundee, as well as another magic moment from the Delgados. His choice should interest Andy Walker, who's joined tonight by Bill Leckie in our very own original press box.
Beware imitations and keep in touch with us through our website at scotsport.co.uk. That's also the way you can join us here in our studio audience, and we'll be hearing from some of our terracing guests tonight as usual. It's the last SPL action before the top sides enter the Tennant Scottish Cup next week, and it's all here tonight.
High drama at Easter Road, but despite Hearts and Hibs' best efforts, a point apiece in the capital derby. Rangers leave it late at Tannadice. Livingston play it tight at Celtic Park. Dunfermline back to winning ways with a win over Dundee. Inverness and Motherwell, the 2 home teams in the SPL this afternoon. And Stuart from the Delgados with his magic moment.
Lots of movement in the transfer market today as players start to move between clubs during the January window. 2 of the biggest names on the way to pastures new are from Hearts, as former manager Craig Levein sealed a deal to take striker Mark de Vries and defender Alan Mabry to his new club Leicester City. Both players have agreed deals with the Foxes and no problems are anticipated. Hearts are hoping to sign Stevie Crawford from Plymouth Argyle, but Dundee United are expecting to reveal the former Dunfermline striker at a news conference at Tannadice tomorrow. Meanwhile, the one-time Rangers skipper Craig Moore is on his way to the Bundesliga. Moore failed to pass a medical to go to Blackburn Rovers early in the season, but he's now joined up with former boss Dick Advocat at Borussia Mönchengladbach. The Australian hasn't started for Rangers since the CIS Cup win over Aberdeen back in September.
Highlights of 6 matches from the Bank of Scotland Premier League to bring you this evening as usual, and we start tonight with this afternoon's game at Fir Park between 5th place Motherwell and 4th top Aberdeen. No Priest, Whelan or Pasquinelli for the Dons, but Motherwell welcoming back a couple of key players, as David McKinney can tell us.
Here in the Scotsport SPL studio tonight, Jimmy Calderwood alongside Fraser Wishart. Jimmy, what did you make of the 90 minutes?
I think Terry summed it up right. We were very, very good first half. You know, we've had 3 or 4 chances, 1 against 1 and the keeper. The best chance they've not showed there, and we never took them. It's a problem for us the last few weeks. No scoring goals. Happened to Dundee and we ended up getting beat, and we could have got beat in the second half today. We were poor second half, but all credit to Motherwell. They come back strongly. We were hanging on in the end. But a very young team out, and you know, I think we were actually younger than Motherwell. You know, I was very, very pleased with the first half. Second half was very disappointing, fair point of view, but all credit to Motherwell. I think in the end, a draw was a fair result.
Fraser, 2 sides go.
Let's take you back to New Year's Day then, and the match at Tannadice between Dundee United and Rangers. 1-1, the score the last time the teams met at Ibrox, and the pair due to meet again next month in the CIS Cup semi-final. Commentary from Jock Brown with Mark Hatebraith.
Through everything at Dundee United in the second half, it just looked to me a terrific game, a real, a bit like the Motherwell Aberdeen game, a real good advert for the game. Both teams absolutely flying in and going for it. And, you know, you see so many efforts at goal. That's what we've been lacking in the game, I think, is, you know, loads of effort, but not enough tries on goal. We've seen dozens in the first 2 games, and that'll do for me, you know, as long as teams are throwing themselves at it that way.
Terrific game, Andy, but terrific opening goal from David McCracken.
It was a wonderful finish, wasn't it? He just found himself in a bit of space as the corner was cleared. And I think the conditions helped him, because he got a bit of power in the header, but as soon as it hit the ground, it was always just going to go away from Stefan Klos right into the corner. Hits the side netting first.
Keane has emailed to say that he wasn't happy with this alleged handball on the line. We think it's
that exciting time of the season again, and Robbie Devine, you're concerned about this transfer window as a Rangers fan. You've got a question for lads?
Certainly have. There's been a lot of talk this week the Rangers will bring in Patrick Buffel, maybe another midfielder, but I think with Boomsong leaving and Craig Moore just departing today, I'm sure Fraser would agree with me that centre-half is a priority for Rangers at the moment.
Thank you.
Fraser, you've played in defence for Rangers yourself. They need another centre-half. Surely they've got 1 or 2 already.
They've got a couple already, but with Boomsong and Craig Moore going, I think they will need a wee bit of cover. But I think they also need one or two flair players. Thomas Buffel is one that's been mentioned. Alec's got a solid team there. He's got a lot of guys who are hard workers in the midfield area, but they don't have anybody that can take the ball from middle to front. And I think they're looking for one guy like that. They've got Georgic who can play wide on the left-hand side, who apparently is an excellent player. I think they'll be looking for somebody else on the right-hand side as well, just to give them options more than anything else.
Jimmy, people have been telling us it's going to be a quiet transfer window, but it's only the 3rd of January and there's been quite a few big names already. Yeah, most of the teams with money, but no, Buffalo, he is a very good player. I obviously know him from Holland, and he will add something to the Rangers team if Alec gets him. I agree with Fraser. I think they do something to cover at the back. You know, I know Bob Malcolm come back there, and Kishnashvili can play there with Big Marvin, but you know, for Rangers and their the expectation levels, I would think they would probably need somebody else there. Hopefully they don't too soon, because they come to our place in 2 weeks. That's right. What about your former player at Dunfermline, Stevie Crawford? It looks as though he's going to Dundee United tomorrow. Yeah, seems to be. I was trying to get me up.
For the winner of last week's Dream Ticket competition, the prize was a trip for two to see Manchester United take on Aston Villa at Old Trafford on the 22nd of January. And to win, all you had to do was answer this question: who is the manager of Aston Villa? The answer is, of course, David O'Leary. And Samantha Norton from Johnston is our winner and joins us in the studio. Congratulations to you.
Thanks very much.
Who will you be bringing?
I'll be taking my dad.
Is this Daddy beside you? Have a great time for yourselves. Pass that over to you. Now, let's see if you fancy winning this week's Dream Ticket then. It's an all-expenses-paid trip for two to see Premiership champions Arsenal take on Graham Souness's Newcastle United on Sunday, the 23rd of January. It's dead easy to enter, so listen up and see if you can be at what looks like a top match. Just tell us which former Rangers defender is now with Newcastle. Is it 1, Jean-Alain Boumsong, 2, Jean-Paul Gaultier, or 3, Jean-Claude Van Damme? For a chance to win the Dream Ticket, text the word Scott and your answer to 85088, or you can call 090 15 33 99 19, leaving your choice of 1, 2 or 3, your name, address and your phone number. Entries cost £1 plus your standard network charge for text. Lines open until midnight on Saturday 15th of January. So good luck. Details at the website scotsport.co.uk.
The flu bug may have nailed him before today's match against Kilmarnock, which we'll see later. But last week saw Inverness Cali Thistle's Richie Hart crowned the hotshot hero of the bank.
Sorry, I can't be...
Top man Richie now for the second league meeting of the season of Hibernian and Hearts. The match was played yesterday at Easter Road, with Hibs starting the day 9 points clear of their city rivals.
Oh, now that's got to be exhausting.
The Gaffer Mowbray's built arguably the most entertaining side in the SPL, and yet the Hibs sceptics are saying it's a bubble that's going to burst. How do you see it?
I don't know too much about any bubbles, but what I know we have got is we've got a lot of homegrown young talent being allowed to express itself by a young manager. You know, and it's just good stuff to watch. Hopefully we can stay in the 3rd place, you know.
And hopefully get a wee shot at Europe next year.
Well, that would be good, yeah.
Well, fingers crossed for you, Alistair. Thank you very much. Gents?
Nobody's suggesting Hibs bubbles are going to burst, Andy?
No, I don't think so. I think it's inevitable, though, that 1 or 2 of those younger players will move on. I think they are rich pickings for some of the Premiership clubs, maybe Celtic and Rangers here in Scotland, but...
Now knows about his ability.
Yeah, I think so, certainly.
We've already seen how Rangers failed to win on Saturday, so Celtic knew they could put some daylight between themselves and their biggest Bank of Scotland Premier League rivals by beating Livingston at home yesterday. As things turned out, it wasn't to be as straightforward a task as most people assumed beforehand. Commentary from Archie McPherson.